So let's get into Supergirl.
Yes.
The end of last season was so heartbreaking for me.
My God.
Because I was so excited about the whole Kara Mon-El thing.
I know.
What was that like for you guys finally putting it on the screen and having all of the fans react to it?
It was so sad because when you're putting a couple together, and especially a couple like Chris and Melissa who have like such amazing chemistry, like knowing that there's like a tragic ending at the end and like nobody knows it. It was like it's like we see the feedback and see like, oh, they're the cutest couple, and like that meant like, oh, that means people are gonna be really upset when we do this at the end of the year. But it's a foregone conclusion that like your hero is going to save the day at the end of the season. That they're going to save the world. But it's like, but at what cost? And that was what we loved about that story.
I will destroy city after city until your whole world is gone.
What was that like for you guys bringing in Terry Hatcher?
The fact that Terry Hatcher is my friend now. Terry Hatcher's my friend. I'm so excited. It was amazing. I mean, we've had such amazing success with like what we call legacy casting, and it always makes us smile and it makes us happy, and I think that the fans love it. And and it's funny because when we initially sat down with Terry, she was like, I've never played anything like this, and I said, that's what's fun about it. Like you're not Lois Lane. You're playing this queen, and I said the highest compliment I can play her is that she played this very regal queen, and it was so believable, and she didn't use a British accent. So, which just goes to show what an unbelievable talent she was. But it was cool. I mean, especially, it's when you want a villain of stature to be going up against your hero. I mean, watching Melissa and Terry Hatcher fight to the death on a roof as spaceships are flying over their head. I mean, that was as epic as you can get. Obviously,
we've got to talk about going into the new season.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Mon-El is gone. Are we gonna see Mon-El back?
Well, in the finale last year, we saw Mon-El's pod go into sort of a wormhole.
Well, actually, I didn't see it because I was crying.
Oh, through the tears, yes. We will find out his fate this year and what happened to him.
The end of last season as well, there was a tease that I think a lot of comic book fans would pick up on, but maybe some people missed, but there's a word that's used, or a name, rain.
Yeah.
It will rain.
Rain, who is a big DC Comics villain from the Supergirl universe. She's a world killer from Krypton. She's going to be our big bad for season 3. And she's going to be played by Odette Annabelle, which we're so excited about. And Rain is a villain unlike anything not only that we've ever done on Supergirl, but that we've ever done on Arrow or Legends or Flash. So I couldn't be more excited.
We talk about on the show in particular doing legacy casting and seeing people finally come together. Are there any pairings or things that you saw chemistry that you were like, we think there'll be chemistry, but then they got on camera and you were like, oh my God, we're blown away by what we got?
I think probably the biggest surprise for us last season, and it wasn't we hoped it would be, but just watching the audience response to Katie McGrath as Lena. I mean, who it's interesting because you'll have written 3 or 4 scripts with a character before you've cast them, and so you sort of have an idea of what they're going to be. And Katie came in and so made Lena her own, and turned her into her own iconic character like before our eyes. And watching her friendship with Kara grow, which is actually going to be one of the centerpieces of this season, is watching the relationship between Kara and Lena, and so we're really excited that it worked out that Katie came into our world.
I'm really excited to see where their relationship goes, because obviously it can't be all sunshine and roses.
It can't be all sunshine and roses. But I also think that, like, I mean, one of the things that we're going to do this season is really also talk about female friendships. And like last season was a lot about table setting, but now you're like coming into this thing where, like Kara and Alex and Maggie and Lena, like, they can all be friends. And, watching the interpersonal relationships and last year, Kara was kind of friends with Alex and Maggie, and she was friends with Lena, and she was friends with James and Wynn, and she, and this season it's really about bringing everybody together, and then watching everybody ping pong off of each other.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All new episodes of Supergirl return Monday, October 9th.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel to see more from Supergirl.